What does an optimal or a normal brain map look like? I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let me explain it to you. Okay, so we have two brain map formats here for us to investigate together for the next few minutes. On the left-hand side is a traditional QEEG. That is what we perform in the office at Leigh Brain and Spine using advanced technology in a computer system. And if you check out my video on how does brain mapping work, I'll explain that more to you there. On the right-hand side is the very advanced online platform application that we use for home brain mapping. And we've been using that application for 2 years now, so it's not new to us, but during COVID-19 and probably life after COVID-19, as people don't want to hear about anymore, at-home brain mapping is the way of the future because people don't want to come out, and now we can get just as much and actually a little bit more information at home using your phone and a streamlined headband. So on the right-hand side, we have the format that I'm calling our brain performance spiderweb. And neither of these brain maps are actually perfect, but they are optimal. A perfect brain map is a unicorn. We can look for it, but we're never going to actually find it because no one's using the perfect brain pattern, but there are people using the optimal brain pattern. Let me show you what that looks like. On the left-hand side, these are standard deviations. So 0 standard deviations means optimal for your age and your gender. So that means when all of these heads are green, it means every area of your brain is using speed optimally in these 5 speed categories. Delta is sleep mode. Theta is fall asleep mode. Alpha is calm mode. Beta is focus mode. And high beta is stress mode. We need all of those. So if your brain is green, it means that you're able to fall asleep and stay asleep. You're able to feel calm and focused, and you can kick it into overdrive when something stressful happens, but you're able to bring it back down to calm focus. Down here we have asymmetry. That means that your brain is perfectly imbalanced in the left and the right hemisphere so that you can be creative, but that you can also implement your creativity. The bottom 2 parameters are coherence and phase lag. And what that is the amount of communication between brain areas, and the timing is perfect. All of our brain areas work as a network. We need them to communicate with each other with the perfect amount and timing. That's what's being measured here. So if your brain map is not optimal, it shows us which areas need training to get back to this green zone so that your brain is performing well. Now over here on the right-hand side, we have our brain performance spiderweb, and it is showing us all of the information over here on the left, and it actually shows us one more thing. So let me just explain it to you. Theta ratios will show how much theta compared to beta and alpha your brain is using. So that shows if your brain is using too much slowing, just like we would see here over in theta. We also just see the magnitudes, just so you know. We're looking at alpha performance, which is showing us alpha. It's showing us beta performance. It's showing us symmetry. It's also showing us what's happening when your brain goes from eyes closed to eyes open, and it will give us activation measures. There's also a task, which I will not tell you so that when you get your home brain map, you're not ready for that task. But there's a task, actually there's 2, that show us how well your brain is able to focus and how well it's able to respond and react in terms of timing. And so these are important measures too for some people. So this is what an optimal brain map would look like. In the brain performance spiderweb, the purple would actually be all filled in, meaning that your brain was running perfectly, but this map is optimal. So I hope this helps you understand what we're going for in neurofeedback training. It's taking irregular brain patterns and moving them as close to this optimal pattern as possible. And when you're in this optimal pattern, you can feel calm and focused throughout most of your life. You can handle the stressors and the stuff that comes at you well, and you're able to get into your bed and get restorative sleep each night. So the next day you can get up, be on purpose, and do it all again. Okay. Make sure you check out my other videos where I explain the ADHD brain pattern and the anxiety brain pattern, and I tell you what other challenges are associated with them because they're the root of most of people's problems. Okay, remember, control your brain or it'll control you.